Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the stadium in Nice for the FIFA Women's World Cup. Match number 7 tomorrow night. Kickoff at 6. England, Scotland. Should be interesting. I'm very happy to introduce the captain of the Scottish team on the far right, Rachel Corsie, the coach of the England team. It's Shelley Kerr. And my assistant on the right, Michael Lamont, the team
Scotland.
media officer. Sorry, what did
Scotland.
What did I say?
England.
No. So that's probably the last mistake I hope to make. Yeah, sorry about that. Scotland, I will say it again. The Scotland team media officer is Michael Lamont. I hope you all downloaded the Interprefy app so that you can follow the press conference in either English or French. We only take English or French questions. And if you have a question for the coach or the captain, please raise your hand. I will give you a turn. There will be a microphone for you. Please state the language that you would like to speak, French or English, your name and the medium that you work for. I hope all is clear now. Any questions for Shelley Kerr, please? There will be a microphone.
Hi, Chris McLaughlin from the BBC. Obviously, I'm speaking in English. Shelley, can you just tell us how preparations have been going and describe what you've been up to in the past couple of days?
Yeah, preparations have been going really well. It's been quite relaxed. I'm a great believer that when you do your tactical work on the pitch, performance analysis, then it's good to give the players a bit of downtime, and that's what we've done this week. We've worked extensively on the pitch, and it's been a nice, relaxing feeling.
Would it be fair to say that the lion's share of the pressure is on England in this game?
100%. I think obviously it's our first World Cup, for a Scottish team to play in a World Cup for over 2 decades. Our journey so far has been fantastic, and we're playing against a formidable England team who are ranked 3rd in the world. And you know, already Phil Neville, part of the reason he took the job was to win the World Cup. So it's going to be a tough task for us, but it's one that we're really looking forward to.
I know you won't play for it, but would you take a draw?
Listen, I think there's so many variables that can happen, and especially first game. But I think there's no doubt that there's certainly more pressure on England than there is in Scotland. However, the pressure that we have will be the pressure that the players put themselves under. In terms of end results, of course, we're hoping to win the game. I think any footballer and any coach, you go into every game hoping to win it. And it's going to be a tough match for us. So it'll be tough, but we're certainly looking to get a good result.
There's a microphone on its way, all the way from the right.
Hi, another question for Shelley. It's Rachel Younger from ITV News. Is your squad fully fit, and have you told the starting 11?
The squad 100% fit, and I'll make no comment on if the squad's been named or not. So some things in football, tactically especially at World Cup, that's things that we'll keep in-house.
When can we expect to hear who will be starting for you?
5 minutes before the game. An hour and a half before the game.
Does it? Okay, so checking. Hi, Rob Harris from Associated Press. Shelley, congratulations on your honour.
Thank you.
When you put in perspective that your first game as a player for Scotland was against England, and you're now leading Scotland at the World Cup. Could you put in perspective just what this means for Scottish football and the journey that it's been on to actually get there? And perhaps one to you, Rachel, which is, we've got some figures from FIFA today about ticket sales, which is 30,000 being allocated to Britain overall. Would you make an appeal? Did you believe and hope more fans actually come out to support the team back from Scotland?
Well, I think there's a whole load of questions in there, but the first one, you're right. I think I played for my country way back in 1989, my first cap, and it was against England. We lost 3-0. I'm hoping for a better result than that tomorrow, of course. I think for me personally, to see the journey that Scottish women's football's been on has been incredible. And you know, forget performance for a moment. I think we look at legacy as well. It's been a great journey for us, and a big part of our philosophy was to inspire the next generation in Scotland. And the whole country has been captivated by our achievements to get into the World Cup, but we don't want it to stop there. I've been very honest and open about our target, and that is to get out the group stages. And we know that we need to win at least one game, but as much as it's going to be difficult, that is certainly our target. But I've seen huge strides being taken in the women's game in Scotland, and that's down to the hard work and success of the players.
Anyone?
The support.
Wait for the microphone, please. Wait for the microphone, please. There's a lady in the back. There's a lady in the back waiting for the microphone.
Sorry, it's just the second part.
No, so,
if I do, it was
sorry, excuse me. She has a microphone now, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Just a question for Rachel, actually. You've played in some huge matches in your time, obviously, in America, but can you describe even a little bit of how it's going to feel to lead your country out at this stadium?
Yeah, I think that's a question I've been asked probably most over the last few weeks, and to be honest, it's really hard to probably put into words. I think everyone in the squad feels a huge privilege to wear that jersey, and a lot of those girls have taken the team from or been a part of the journey over the last, I think, as many as 10 to 15 years. Some of the players have been involved, and there's been so much growth and so much development, and I think to a lot of the girls it just means a huge amount to be here, and obviously personally for me it will be a huge moment tomorrow just to get the game started, and I think it's something that everybody has worked so hard for over the last 9 months since we qualified, and we deserve to enjoy tomorrow, and we've put in the hard work and we know that we're ready and prepared.
It's Scotland women's first ever World Cup match, and so you're kind of making history by leading them out. Is that something that's difficult to not be distracted by? No, I don't think so. I think there's been a real focus about the group, especially since we've met up just obviously 2 weeks ago. For me, leading this group has been a privilege, but it's been fairly easy because everybody holds themselves accountable. I think there's a bigger leadership group that goes far beyond me, and we have a great group. We're all together. We know what our goal is, and it's just something that's been so enjoyable to work with every single one of the players and the staff, and to just take in as much of this experience as possible.
Okay. You still have the mic?
Sorry, it's just the question about ticketing. We've got the ticket sales numbers, all those allocated for Ivy to take. There's been 30,000 that have gone to Britain overall so far, across all games. Would you hope more fans will come out when they sort of catch the momentum from the first game and to snap up those tickets?
Yeah, definitely. I think that we played Jamaica at home 2 weeks ago, and we got a record crowd. Over 18,500, and that's something that I didn't think I would see in my lifetime in Scotland. So the whole country's been behind us, and you know, the profile that the team have had, the support that they've had, I think that will continue throughout the tournament.
Shelley, they're using VAR in this tournament for the first time in a women's tournament. What do you make of the system? We saw it in use last night. Are you a fan of it?
I think if it helps get the decisions right, everyone's in favour of it. I watched the game last night and it was proved to be the right decision. So I think anything that can increase the professionalism of the game, then great.
In terms of, you've talked about the preparation, it appears to be almost perfect, picture perfect in terms of your build-up to this. Are you confident that your players can handle this occasion? Because this is the biggest occasion that they've ever been involved in.
I think there's a real trust, belief and confidence in this group. I'll refer back to the campaign. You know, there were so many games that we had to come from behind. We grew as a group. We were resilient. We had to face a lot of challenges, and that will stand the players in good stead. This is where they want to play. Every footballer, every manager wants to take part in a World Cup. And as I say, there's a real confidence and a desire and a passion to succeed with this group of players. And as much as we know it's going to be difficult, I certainly have a trust, confidence and belief in them.
Katie from The Telegraph. We saw you kind of milling around looking at the pitch when you stepped out of the tunnel. What were your first thoughts when you saw it, Shelley?
My first thoughts, being honest, that's the time where I miss being a player. And I think every former player that goes into coaching, momentarily, it doesn't matter how long since you've retired, that's the moments when you still wish you were playing. I think it's a fantastic stadium. And, you know, I'm visualising the noisy support tomorrow and us, you know, kicking off our first game in a World Cup. That moment right now I can visualise, and I can't wait till tomorrow.
Rachel, there's never any incentive needed for a Scotland team to beat England, but given that you played in the game 2 years ago, does that give you just a wee bit extra edge?
Alan, I knew you were going to ask that. The honest answer is no. I don't think it provides any added motivation at all. There's been a huge number of changes over the last 2 years. Within, you know, Shelley's come in. Individuals, I think, have moved clubs. There's been a huge amount of growth, development with the squad as a whole. And I think, as Shelley said, it's a whole new tournament. The objectives have been set for us as a group. We have that ahead of us. We know what we're asking of one another, what the responsibilities are, and we're going to give it absolutely everything to do that. And we're going to go into every single match and give our best and hope that we can get what we need to get from each game in order to progress.
Shelley, Amy Rusky from Goal.com. The first thing that you did when you came in after Euro 2017 was conduct a review into that tournament. What differences do you see between that review you conducted and the team going into this tournament this time?
Well, I think it was an evaluation that was done by an independent company, and what we done was we looked at logistics, we looked at preparation, and the reason we'd done that was because we felt that we didn't want the Euros to be an isolated case in terms of our team getting to a finals. So everyone should critique and evaluate, and that's what we've done. So that document shaped our philosophy and our vision moving forward. So we've learnt heaps from the Euros. I think everyone, when you're not successful at something, you should scrutinise it, you should dissect it. And I think a huge thing that we've done, we set a set of guiding principles, but a huge thing is we have a real good relationship ourselves with the players. So it's not always the coaching staff that make all the decisions. We do it collectively, and that epitomises everything about a team. You know, we have the team on the pitch, and then it's the team behind the team, and there's really, really good bond between both. And that certainly for sure has been a big part of our progress as a national team and our success as a national team.
And Rachel, obviously you played 2 years ago. Football's an 11-player game, but how big of a boost is it to have Kim Little for this tournament?
A huge one, obviously, but more so as one of Kim's best friends. I think it's just great to be able to watch her and know that she's going to be here on a huge stage and be able to perform and hopefully enjoy it. And I missed it at the Euros. On a personal note, we missed it as a team on the field, and it'll be great to have her for this tournament.
Yeah. Please don't forget to give your name and the medium that you work for. Thank you very much.
Tom Dean, Sportsbeat. Perhaps another one for Rachel. Yesterday, Leah Williamson said that Scotland will definitely feel like underdogs for this game. How true is that?
I mean, I think England are obviously third in the world, and they've performed extremely well and consistently well over the last few years to earn that respect, and we have to make sure we give them that in the game. I think for our point of view, though, we have a game plan and we have an expectation within one another that we have a job to do, and we believe in ourselves, and we know that if we perform our best that we can definitely compete with those teams that sit now in that sort of top bracket in the rankings. And yeah, we're going into the game, as I say, and we know what we need to get out of it.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, nobody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rachel, very, very much. Shirley, Michael, for being here. Good luck for tomorrow's match. We'll have the England press conference starting here in about just over 40 minutes. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.